Morning, everyone. Welcome to the October 3rd meeting of the Board of County Commissioners. We have a couple of items to add. Madam Clerk, we have the first one from the Health Agency. I'll move to add that as item E1. And it's a contract for a provider. I'll make that
Second.
motion. There's a motion by Commissioner Bueller and second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. And then we have a second item, and this is a request from Pat Oplander. And we'll add that item as F1. That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0. I think I captured everything, right, Jane? Was it just those two? All right. Madam Clerk, the first item then, please.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
Are there questions on the consent agenda? No?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
There is a motion by Commissioner Archer
Second.
and second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Good morning, Madam Chair. This morning we have one set of voucher payments dated October 2nd, 2013, in the total amount of $1,229,456.14. All of my questions have been answered by the appropriate parties, so I'll make a motion to approve the vouchers as presented.
Thank you. Are there questions?
No. Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer and second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
Move approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item A3, consider approval of resolution number 2013-127, requiring direct deposit for all Shawnee County payroll checks and authorization and execution of contract C-474-2013 with Skylight Financial, Inc. for Visa payroll cards for county employees who do not have direct deposit. And Commissioners, this is, we have, the payroll committee has discussed with each of you individually prior to this. This is something that we have been working on for quite a while. It will be a cost savings to the county, so we will no longer have to issue paychecks, and we are obviously allowed under statute to do this, and either the board is. And it will be better because for the employees, their money, they will not have to go anyplace. They won't have to take their check to the bank, and I know some of them, they like to have that paper check, but in these days, you just have to take this consideration. And for the contract portion of it, we do offer, through our new bank, UMB, they offer a payroll credit or payroll card, Visa card, and the employee can have, but they will be, those who do not want to do direct deposit, they can have that card, and they can leave their card home with their wife. They can give, they can, then she can have it, will not have to even go to the bank. She can just go do the grocery shopping or whatever she needs on that, and the employee can have one. It's going to be a very great convenience for them as well. So
this is for full-time employees, not part-time as well?
This will be for all of our employees.
Not seasonal, though. Seasonal?
And this will be for everyone.
For everyone.
We're gonna,
Okay.
we're gonna, the only ones that wouldn't be working this is, because we couldn't, and we may eventually, but we'd be the jail trustees.
Okay.
I'm not real sure how, we're trying to work out something with that, but.
So once a card is issued, then is that payment then
Automatically
loaded?
It's loaded just like it will be dealing with the cards, just like we would a direct deposit. And it'll go in, so it's, and we do have, Scott Christ is here. He's from UMB. If you would
Hi,
have
Scott.
any questions directly for him about the service, either the direct deposit or the payroll card.
I have no questions. Have you received any comments from employees since it went on the agenda? No? Okay. Commissioner Archer?
Well, since we're probably the last organization in the United States finally requiring direct deposit of all payroll information, I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer and second by Commissioner Cook. Anyone in the audience wanting to make any comments? Okay. Thank you for being here this morning.
And we'll let you know, we're gonna be having, educational seminars for the employees, and, so there's gonna be plenty of information out there, and they will all be expected to show up.
And I think this, a proposal like this has been before the commission, but this is a better proposal
Yeah.
with the cards and that sort of
Right.
thing, and
Yeah.
it doesn't cost the county any
No.
money, so. And it's easier for employees to handle, so appreciate you and the work of the committee on this. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Mhm.
Item B, corrections, number 1, consider approval of sole source purchase from Timekeeping Systems, Inc. of touch button readers, touch memory buttons, and key ring button holders for the integrated guard tour system at a cost of $6,451.05.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Department of Corrections. Before you today is a request for approval regarding the purchase of guard tour pipes and part of the system that goes for our accountability. These are they're a touch button system. They're a sole source. This went out for RFP several years ago, and now they're the only ones that sell this specific type of reader that goes throughout the facility. It's in all the modules throughout the facility for accountability. Also, for liability purposes, when somebody claims that we're not doing rounds, we can always go back to an electronic reader and say we can verify this. So this has been very valuable to our safety and security and the prevention of liability for the county. So, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions you may have.
Other questions?
No. Motion to approve.
So motion to approve by Commissioner Cook.
Second motion.
Second by Commissioner Archer. And Brian, I guess the only question I would have is this out of your current
Yes,
budget? correct?
it's all budgeted for through contract.
Thank you.
Yes,
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
thank you.
Thank you.
Item C, Public Works Solid Waste, number 1, consider approval of change order final to contract C-102-2013 with Bettis Asphalt and Construction Company, Inc., reflecting the cost of additional work and adjustments in final quantities for an increase of $38,013.35 for the Southwest Urish Road, Southwest 33rd Street to Southwest Swathhold Road project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Blanc with Public Works and Solid Waste. This is a Public Works item. As you're aware, we've been working on the widening of Urish Road from 29th to 33rd Street. That project is now complete and has been open for a few weeks now. We've now gone at the end of the project and tabulated the final quantities that were actually constructed versus those that were bid. The actual quantities ended up resulting in an increase in construction costs of $38,013.35. However, I do want to point out that even with this change order increase in final quantities, the actual final project total cost of $1,392,712.60 is less, or is $237,887.40 less than what we had budgeted for this project. So this project came in nearly $250,000 under budget. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. It is our recommendation that this be approved.
Thank you, Tom. Other questions?
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Cook.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item C2, consider approval of resolution number 2013-128, authorizing the placement and maintenance of temporary stop signs at the northwest and southeast corner of the intersection located at Northwest 39th Street and Northwest Rochester Road during construction of the intersection improvement at Northwest 46th Street and Northwest Rochester Road beginning July 14, 2014 and November 22nd, 2014.
Commissioners, Tom Block again with Public Works and Solid Waste. This too is a Public Works item, and this drawing I put up on the screen is going to be relevant for items 2, 3, 4, and 5 regarding the traffic control and some lighting that we want to do on the upcoming improvement project on Northwest 46th Street between Rochester and Topeka Boulevard. This first item is, well, we've had some discussions with Soldier Township. As we construct this, or when we construct this project, we will be needing to have some detour routes. And so in our discussions with them, they've made some requests for some temporary traffic control devices throughout the duration of the project. The first one is to put some temporary, if I can find my light here, temporary stop signs at this intersection of 49th and Rochester. And we are in concurrence with that recommendation or their request. So that is what this item is about, is a resolution that will allow the placement of temporary stop signs during the construction of this project.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Archer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item C3, consider approval of resolution number 2013-129, authorizing the placement and maintenance of a temporary traffic signal at the intersection of Northwest 50th Street and North Topeka Boulevard during construction of the improvement of Northwest 46th Street between Northwest Rochester Road and North Topeka Boulevard from March 3rd, 2014 through November 22nd, 2014.
Commissioners, in similar fashion, this request is to place a temporary traffic signal at the intersection of Northwest 50th and Northwest Topeka Boulevard, or North Topeka Boulevard. We're anticipating many students from Seaman High School passing through that intersection during the construction of this project. So that is a request, and that is what this resolution is referring to, and is our recommendation that this resolution be approved also. So if there's any questions regarding this one, I'd be happy to answer them.
Tom, how far flags and all that sort of thing, as far as bringing attention to all of these changes, are they posting some flags, or is it,
As far as any kind of flagging, I don't know if we would necessarily do that. I mean, we would likely have some advanced warning signs, but which we could put flags
Put
on
flags
top
on top,
to catch their
okay.
attention that there
Okay.
might be a traffic signal here.
Yeah.
But as far as, I mean, even be under your normal warning signage according to the MUTCD. But besides anything beyond that,
Okay.
we would try to adhere or be in accordance with the MUTCD
Okay.
requirements.
Okay, good. Questions?
Motion to approve.
Here's a motion to approve by Commissioner Cook,
Second.
second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item C4, consider approval of resolution number 2013-130, authorizing the placement of streetlights at the intersection of Northwest 46th Street and Northwest Rochester Road with monthly utility costs.
Commissioners, as part of this project, we are planning on constructing roundabouts at both 46th in Rochester and 46th in Topeka. When roundabouts are constructed, it is a federal highway requirement that streetlights be placed at those intersections. So that is what this resolution is about. It is to keep ourselves in compliance with the Federal Highway Administration requirements as it pertains to roundabout construction. Now, oftentimes, we'll get requests from folks all throughout the county just wanting streetlights at certain intersections. Typically, in the past, we've never done that. Because if we start, where do we stop? And the utility costs are having streetlights all throughout the county would be very, very high. But at roundabouts, it is required.
Okay.
So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Motion to approve the resolution.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item C5, consider approval of resolution number 2013-131, authorizing the placement of streetlights at the intersection of Northwest 46th Street and North Topeka Boulevard with monthly utility costs.
Commissioners, this is the same
Same
resolution
request.
at the other intersection.
I'll move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Item C6, consider authorization and execution of contract C 475-2013 with the Kansas Department of Transportation, allowing KDOT to detour traffic from State Highway number K4 onto county-maintained roads while KDOT replaces a bridge over Blacksmith Creek, and also includes reimbursement from KDOT for cost to repair any damaged sections of the detour route at an amount not to exceed $90,000.
Commissioners, as indicated in the description, KDOT approached us. They have a project coming up where they're going to be replacing the bridge over Blacksmith Creek on Interstate 70. They've requested that they use some of our roads as their detour route, which would include Southwest 13th Street, Southwest Glick Road, and Southwest Valencia. So this agreement would reimburse us for any damage that may be caused as a result of their traffic being diverted. So if there's any questions regarding this, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Tom, how do we determine if there is any damage done by this detour?
We will go out and videotape it ahead of time before the detour is put in place, and then monitor it as it goes along. And then we feel there's a need to fix it as we go along. We'll just fix it.
I mean, do you account for what would otherwise be normal wear and tear as opposed to an increase of traffic?
No, I mean, on this particular detour, since we're actually detouring interstate traffic, it's going to be much more significant than you would have on just say we close a road and go on someone else's roads. Interstate traffic's to a whole different level. So with that said, the amount of traffic that we normally get on these roads is very little. So if any damage comes to these roads, the chances of it being from the detour are going to be extremely high. So trying to say some of the wear and tear was from our normal traffic it'd be about impossible to determine that small amount compared to what the interstate detour traffic would cause.
And given that this is interstate traffic that we are diverting now onto county roads, are these roads designed and able to handle large tractor trailers or equipment that would not otherwise be on them?
For the most part, I'd say no, not really, and that's why. But there is no other route for them to get around, so they're really restricted.
It's K4 traffic, that makes sense.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Reduce
Just reduce that volume quite a bit.
Okay.
I was thinking, I'm reading the wrong thing.
And the smart half of me just. I'm sorry. I misspoke. It's not interstate traffic. It's K4 traffic.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
No, thank you.
I brought my brain with me today. So yes, we won't have the interstate traffic, which is a good thing. And but the K4 traffic. So I guess to answer your question is, no, we're not going to try to distinguish between normal wear and tear versus what the K4 traffic would bring to
Okay.
these roads.
Thank you.
Am I missing something? Does it say when the anticipated construction is?
You know,
Do you know that?
Tom?
Because I'm not seeing when
Tom
this is going to
Flanagan here
take
has been
place.
He's the one
Okay.
had the conversations with KDOT. He might know exactly when they're going to do that.
Because it is going to bring a bigger volume onto those county roads for those residents to know the construction time.
Yes, Tom Flanagan, Public Works, correct. We'll get more traffic since it's K4, State Highway K4 traffic will be on these roads. And it should be, construction, I think, is going to begin in March, and it'll run through about the end of September. to replace this bridge over Blacksmith Creek.
Okay. Okay, thank
And
you.
we can patch any of these roads on this detour route as we feel necessary, up to the maximum of $90,000.
Okay. All right, thank you. Further questions?
Motion to approve?
So motion to approve by
Second.
Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye, opposed no, motion carries 3-0.
Item C7, consider approval of request to fill a vacant road maintenance staff position at an annual salary of $32,604, including benefits.
Commissioners, Tom Block again. We had a recent employee that we did not feel met our satisfactory requirements during his probationary period, so we terminated his employment with the county, and we were requesting to be able to refill that position again, so that we can keep our districts staffed at an adequate level.
Thank you, Tom. Further questions?
Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye, opposed no, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Item D, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider approval of request to solicit bids for youth baseball and softball field reservations for tournament play at the Family Sports Complex and the Lake Shawnee Girls Softball Complex.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Knight, Parks and Recreation. Much like Tom Block, I brought some help down here, but you can take a good, long, hard look at them. That is not because of their brains, not because of their looks. I'm not quite sure why they did come here today, but we'll see if they'll be any help to me or not.
That's hard.
Commissioners, over the last couple of years, the offering of the tournaments out at Lake Shawnee has become very, very competitive. So much so that some associations are trying to block other associations from coming out there, all of those type of things. And in an effort to make sure that we get the most dollars that we can out of these groups coming in, we're going to solicit bids for the different weekends, and then we'll come back in with the help of the Counselor's Office, negotiate contracts with the low bidders on those. Be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Tom. Other questions?
Motion to approve?
So motion to approve by Commissioner Cook.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Opposed no, motion carries 3-0.
Item D2, consider authorization and execution of contract C476-2013 with the Greater Topeka Rowing Development, setting out the conditions for the operation of the 2013 Lake Shawnee Fall Classic Rowing Event to be held October 19th, 2013, with $100 compensation from the Greater Topeka Rowing Development to the Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Foundation.
Commissioners, this is a special event contract that partners with our Shawnee County Parks and Rec Foundation. This is an event that will be held on October the 19th out at Lake Shawnee. Greg Atkinson with the Greater Topeka Rowing Development Group is here too this morning. But the $100 would be going to the Shawnee County Parks and Rec Foundation. To make a further explanation of that, the foundation has two sections. It has an endowment section and a special program section. The reason this $100 goes there is because then the county will get, instead of having to staff this event with numerous personnel to make sure that it runs smoothly, we get about $3,000 in volunteer hours that come in there. So this, to me, this is a good trade-off. Be happy to answer any other questions you may have.
Thanks, John. Are there
Motion to
questions?
approve the contract.
There's a motion to approve by Commissioner Archer. Is there a
Second.
second? Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks, Tom.
This is added item E1 for the health agency. Request approval to contract with the provider for interim medical director services for the Shawnee County Health Agency Community Health Center.
Good morning, Commissioners. Alice Weingartner, Health Agency. As noted in this request, we are looking to contract with Dr. Linewetter to retain him as our interim medical director until a permanent solution can be implemented. We are required to have a medical director services in order to oversee our mid-level practitioners. This would be a contracted amount of $2,250 a month, and that funding is captured through reimbursements from services provided and grant funding.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Motion to approve?
There's a motion to approve
I'll
the
second.
contract. by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Alice.
And item F1 from Information Technology. It is a proposal for electrical for the virtualization project.
Morning, Commissioners. Pat Oblander with the Information Technology Department. Thank you for getting this on this agenda. I do appreciate having it added. We are in a situation where we have a bit of a scheduling difficulty. We have some equipment that's being delivered in the next few days in support of the virtualization project that requires the services of an electrical contractor to install. We received the final quote for the work yesterday, and we would like to engage the services of the lowest of the 3 bids that we received from the 3 vendors. And we would like to get that done as quickly as possible so that the work will be completed before the October 28th startup date that we have scheduled for the virtualization platform. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
So what is your recommendation, Pat?
I would like to recommend that we go with the bid from Brown Electric for $5,268, and about $4,300 of that would be paid from the building fund, with the remaining balance to be paid by the Information Technology Department. The remaining balance will be about $968. There's a little bit of uncertainty there as to the final cost, because we don't know the exact lengths of cable that will be installed and the number of connectors, so we may go over that slightly, but the Information Technology Department budget would cover that cost.
Okay. Other questions?
I don't have a question. I did discuss this with Pat earlier, and he convinced me that this was time critical, so I agreed to add it to the agenda. And having said that, I'll make a motion to approve the request.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Cook.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
And, I mean, the county council can answer it for me. Can, as part of the motion, can we, can you include that the commission chair be authorized to sign at the contract, and that a contract number be assigned, because
We don't have a
there's
contract
no,
number at this
I mean,
point.
this is action, because the speed, can we do that? Could you include
Can
that
you
as part of
amend
the
your,
bid?
or include that in your
Yeah,
motion?
so moved.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
And
seconded.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Jim. All those in favor say aye, opposed no, motion carries 3-0.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Commissioner.
Pat.
Item 5, administrative communications.
Good morning, Commissioners. Shawnee, Parks and Rec. Just because we don't have a commission meeting on Monday, and things will be kind of busy on Thursday next week, we do have the Smoke on the Water barbecue contest at Lake Shawnee Campground. Right now, we tentatively set at 40, I think maybe 41 teams, but we are looking for a couple other judges. I know you judged, this is barbecue,
We were just talking
so
about
it's,
this.
I know it's a different taste, but I'm sure it'll be good. A lot of the teams that are in there, they're sanctioned. Some of them actually are competing this weekend at the American Royal, and then next weekend coming to ours as well. So just wanted to bring attention to that. Our sponsor that we do have with it is HHB Barbecue, which is, I believe, locally right down here in downtown. And so just wanted to bring some notoriety to that.
Good deal.
If anybody wants to, just give us a call. We can put you on the list to judge.
Okay, thank
Tom
you.
jumps up.
I have judged before. I went home feeling like a glutton. I have a couple of announcements. First, this Saturday, being the first Saturday of the month, our household hazardous waste will be open on Saturday from 9 to noon. So anyone that has some fall cleanup with paints, light bulbs, batteries, any kind of household hazardous waste, feel free to bring them up to our facility there. And then secondly, each year we do what's called a mobile hazmat hits the road, I guess, event, where we try to bring our household hazardous waste facility, collection facility, essentially out and about into the community. This year, that event is going to be October 12th, so not this weekend, but the following weekend on Saturday. And this year it's going to be held at the Rossville High School parking lot. So those folks that are up in the northwest part of the county who may not want to travel all the way to Topeka to drop those off, they will have an opportunity to do it much closer to home, so.
Thank you. For Parks and Recreation, the Apple Festival, Old Prairie Town, is that this weekend as well, Randy? You want to give any information on that?
Yeah.
Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. The 34th Annual Apple Festival will be Sunday, October 6th, starting at 10 o'clock. A lot of activities, a lot of good times. This will be the first year that I get to attend, so I'm looking forward to it.
Good, good.
Like I said, it's one of our long-standing special events we've had in Shawnee County, and I hope to be able to continue it, so.
Good deal. And it's just on Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, we do not have a meeting on Monday, but Community Resource Council has their awards that day, and I believe Shawnee County Recycling has been nominated for an award, as numerous other people throughout the community. So it's always entertaining to attend that place, and that award ceremony, so you never know what's going to happen there. Stay tuned.
It's a sold-out event, too.
Yeah, it is.
It is a great event.
It is.
I concur with the chair. That is a great event.
Yep. Anything else? Okay.
Item 6, executive session.
Is there a need? If not, we are adjourned.